Oh, I'm Dr. John Mack, and I wanted to greet you and welcome you to my YouTube channel, Salt River Truth. Over the last few months, as people have been talking, there's been a lot of information being shared on social media and in letters, both letters to elected officials as well as letters to the editor. Unfortunately, much of what's being shared on social media and in public letters is based on inaccurate information. Now, some of this is based on misinformation um, that has been repeated over and over again, that's not really grounded in factual evidence. And then some of it's based on what I would consider to be deliberate disinformation. That is, things are being said by some people with an agenda that is to persuade, to manipulate public opinion by sharing things that are just not true. And so, what I've done in creating this channel is to approach the issue and to ask what is the evidence, to approach the issue and to ask what do the facts say. Um, and I do this because, first of all, I'm an avid outdoorsman. I've kayaked rivers and lakes all over the West. I've hiked hundreds of miles through the Arizona wilderness and the Arizona desert. I've listened closely to what the land is saying, to what the animals, I've paid attention to what the animals are doing, and so I bring that. I also am a cultural historian, so I've spent my academic career studying how societies construct meaning, how public narratives are formed, and how cultural memory shapes our understanding of the past. As a religious studies scholar, I've also worked closely with questions of ethics, power, and the role of nonprofits and other institutions in shaping moral discourse in public life. As a published author, I've sought to bridge academic research and public understanding, making careful evidence based arguments accessible beyond the classroom. And finally, as a teacher, I've spent many years helping students learn how to evaluate sources, helping students learn how to challenge misinformation, to identify logical fallacies, to identify arguments that are not based in truth, and then to think critically about the claims that are being presented in the public arena that can influence and or manipulate public understanding. And that really is why I'm starting this page, because I want to bring these skills to the controversy surrounding the Salt River horses and the fragile ecosystem that they inhabit. Right now, we are at a critical moment in the history of the Salt River horse herd. There's no denying that. Getting it right matters. And that begins, in my opinion, with making sure that the arguments we are presenting, that the decisions, the action plans we are advocating for are based on actual truth, on facts, not on repeated claims that have no evidence, not on suggestions that are fanciful, but on the facts. All right. I'm old enough to remember that old television show that said just the facts, right? That's what we want to get at, because it's on the basis of those facts that then we can begin to come together to work towards a solution to some of the pressing problems that confront us. This channel exists because false stories about the Salt River horses and the land they live on are doing real harm, in my opinion. I created this channel, Salt River Truth, to cut through that confusion with facts, context, and ethical clarity, so together we can protect what matters most. So I want to ask you, if what I've just described is important to you, if it matters to you, please subscribe to this channel. Please share this channel with other people so they can subscribe to it. Please make sure that everything you're doing, if you are engaged in this debate, is backed up by evidence and by facts. Let's protect what's real. Let's do it together. Finally, I will be coming later this week. I will be publishing my first video, which is entitled, How Long Have They Really Been Here? demythologizing the history of the Salt River horse herd. And so I invite you to come back later in the week to pay attention and to listen to that video. Thank you.